everyone. Welcome. I thought today we'd play with this Dare to be Artsy foiling plate. It's a hot foil plate. It's called Night Sky. Pretty cool. You can see I've already foiled it. Yeah, I foil my stuff too because I'm still pretty new to this. And I have this great galaxy paper. This is from the Rabbit Hole Design. And I thought that I would try foiling on it because who doesn't need more stars, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to make a birthday card. So I'm going to choose this one here. And I'm going to go ahead and get my foil ready. I'll be using the Prism foil from Spellbinders because it's beautiful. You see those stars, aren't they gorgeous? I don't mind that there's foil on my plate. It doesn't hurt a thing. So I'm just going to cut a piece out, and I did not need any kind of template on here because I'm just doing the one thing. So I'll cut my foil out, and I'll this time make sure I do it pretty side down. It's very easy to forget. I'm going to lay that on there, and because this paper is 6 by 6, I have lots of wiggle room. That's why I'm not too worried about it. And I do see a lot of people who foil, they do cut the paper a little bit bigger, and that way you have room to trim if you get things crooked or whatever. And still, my MO, I tape my stuff down. I just can't help myself. It works, so you know, I don't feel like I need to fix it. Of course, I'll, run out of tape faster than everybody else, but that's okay. So I'll just set my timer here, and you'll see that I changed my mind about the galaxy paper that I chose. I just didn't like the green glob in there. I don't know. I probably could have inked over it, but I really didn't want to. But these are great. I love these papers, and they foil wonderfully. I also bought the ones that look like they're alcohol inked. I'm going to play with foiling on those on another day. So as soon as my timer goes off, I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. And I don't have a shim or anything. Don't need one for my particular setup. If you want to learn more about hot foiling, do visit Nancy Stamp's channel. She is the Empress of Hot Foiling, and everything you ever wanted to know and more can be found there. And I'll link her down below. So, waiting for the timer, and I probably could have sped this up, but I didn't, so I thought I'd take that time to yak about Nancy's channel. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Now, I like to hold on to my plate with my hand here and pull it out gently so nothing wiggles. And I'll go ahead and run it through my Big Shot. And I'm going pretty slow because I want to make sure that all the foil sticks. And this paper is great. There was no over foiling. There was no under foiling. It foiled absolutely perfectly. So I went out today and I bought myself some Recollections black cardstock because I don't have any. The black cardstock I have is really weird. Like, it won't emboss and stuff like that. It's too porous or something, I guess. All right, let's do the reveal here. Just pulling off my tape. All right, give it a little shake so it cools a little bit, and here we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I'm just, whoa, flabbergasted. That is just, oh my gosh. Shine for days. I mean, who would want a twinkly birthday card? So here you see the second one I did. And I was thinking about doing a happy birthday on it with foil, but it kind of got lost in it. So I decided to go a different direction and use one of my Tim Holtz die sets. Love this set. It's the big words that it cuts out the words. And Dolly, if I can remember the name of it. So I'm trimming this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to also make a mat. So this is some holographic paper from Simon Says Stamps. I think I bought it last year. They had it on sale. It's shiny and holographic. So I'm going to cut that to just a little over 4 by a little over 5 1/4. So I have a nice matte layer. Man, there's so much shine in that card. It's it's blinding. If only I could get my face to look like that. So what I'm doing there is I'm moving it around because I see one of the little edges is kind of dog-eared, and I want it nice and flat. I could use my die cutting machine to cut these out, but I really don't want to take a chance of messing it up. So I'm going to use Make-A-Wish, because you're going to be wishing on stars, right? And dig through. At least they're easy to find. There it is. And I have some little star dies, and I'm gonna lay 3 of those star dies down on here too. The holographic paper will show through underneath. So just want to make sure I get that nice and straight, and I'll just use a little mint tape to hold it in place. Want to be careful when you're taping stuff down onto your foiled cardstock, because you could lift your foil. So I've got these little stars here, and I'm just going to break a couple of them apart here. Try and get that crusty edge off of there. I was perfectly fine with leaving them together because I was just cutting a lot of stars to have in my stash. But it's okay. You can still lay them on and cut them, so it's not a huge deal. And I'm just over off to the side cutting that funky piece off so that it doesn't cut into my paper. These also came from Simon Says Stamp. I think right around Christmas time they were giving them away with a purchase. Anytime somebody's giving something away that's, to me substantial, I will make a purchase. What I found out, and don't tell scrapbook.com, but if they're doing freebies and you put them in your cart and you check out, all you have to do is pay shipping. All right, so we got those cut. I'm just carefully pulling up my tape so I don't pull off any of my foil, and the mint tape isn't real super sticky, so it doesn't pull up the foil. Me trying to grab it is the tricky part. And then just slowly pulling up so that I have those holes there in the card front that the holographic paper will show up behind. So I definitely recommend, if you have pattern paper and it feels smooth and you do foil, to go ahead and try and foil it, because it really comes out cool. Now the middles of those A's are so tiny, oh my gosh. But I do manage to get them out and get them put in. I'm just kind of funny. I don't like to leave an empty space in the A, in the letters. Do you see how small those are? So we'll revisit those in a minute, and I'll just put those aside so I don't lose their pieces. And I can save all those letters for another card. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this panel down to my holographic panel. There we go, just getting glue around and into places that I don't want to accidentally come up, like under the W and under the H, just little dots. And because I hate getting glue on my holographic or metallic paper, I will just take my finger and just kind of dab those so they don't squish out. Yeah, I just want to make sure that no glue squishes out onto the silver here. And then I'll go ahead and lay that down and get it nice and even. Then I'll put my little A pieces back in. And I'm just going to put a little itty bitty dot of glue, as small as I can possibly get it, into the space where the centers of the A's go. And I'm going to then just try and dab it a little, because I got that one a little thick. Again, I don't want that to smush out onto my silver. So I'll take the first one and poke it out and fight with it a little bit, because it flips over and it's so tiny you can't even hold it. That's how small it is. So I'm trying to turn it over so I can grab it with my little wax pencil here. Okay, and then I'll just place it in and kind of just scoot it around. I'll use my pokey tool to scoot it around to get it into place. And we'll get that other A in here. Well, the little middle of the A. This one I'm going to try my best not to flip it over when it comes out of the piece. There we go. Take that and put it down. You can leave those spaces empty if you want to. You can still read what it says, but yeah, me, picky. All right, so we've got that part done. Now all I need is a card base. So I'm grabbing my Catherine Pooler Grape Crush, and I'm grabbing a white top folding card base, and what I'm going to do here is I'm putting a piece of paper in between, and then I'm just going to rub the color all along the outside edges, because I want it purple, that's why. And this is a nice juicy ink pad, so it works well. You could use any ink to do this. Just happens that my Catherine Pooler is nearby, and I happen to love this Grape Crush color. It goes very, very nicely with the pattern paper that I have. So that's that. All that's left to do is pop up that those two panels, or the panel and the mat, onto the card base. And I'm going to grab, let me just kind of clean out here. Yeah. I don't, because I will get purple everywhere. I'm going to grab my foam tape and put the foam tape on the back. And I'm just going to put 3 pieces. This is an inch wide foam tape. So I usually put one on one side, one on the other, and then one strip down the middle. And this is some foam tape I got from Amazon. It's a little weird, like the backing paper is stiff. Not like the stuff you buy from, you know, crafting companies, but it still works, so I don't care. Wants to be a little bit stiffer, that's okay, it's cheaper. I'm running out of Accent Opaque 120-pound paper, and I was gonna go order some from Amazon today. Y'all, that stuff has doubled in price, doubled. So I'm looking for an alternative, and I did find something on Amazon. I'll let you know if it's a good value, because it was like $15 for 50 pieces. No, it's ridiculous. I'll just have to make thinner card bases. Well, there we go. There's our shiny little birthday Make-A-Wish card using a Tim Holtz die, some pattern paper, and foiling on the pattern paper. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Have a great day.